Welcome back to another edition of New York Got Game. It's your boy Dexter Henry alongside Bryan Fonseca. We are just like the rest of y'all. We are waiting to see who the Knicks will play next. Will it be the Cleveland Cavaliers? Will it be the Detroit Pistons? The Knicks obviously giving themselves plenty of rest, much needed. And look, I'll say this, I ain't mad about the rest at all either. I'm glad we're able to get some rest too, but we still got work to do. We still been giving you content. And today, we're going to look at some film.
We are.
Now, we would have looked at some film prepping for the Cavs or the Pistons, but we don't know who they're going to play yet. So we said we'd look at some other film. And Bryan, one of the big things I think for this Knicks playoff run, and I know we always say a lot of focus always happens on offense, and we've talked through the live streams, the live watch-alongs, and also on our post-game shows a lot about this Knicks defense and how this has really elevated them to this 8-2 start in the playoffs. But we know y'all like offense. And we know you like buckets.
Well said.
But offense isn't always about buckets.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to talk a little bit about that today. We're specifically going to talk about Bryan's boy, Karl-Anthony Towns, and how he's been activated.
I don't have my Dominican flag bracelet.
You did not come prepared. You did not come prepared. But we came prepared with the film.
It's fine.
And we're going to talk a lot about how Cat has been activated through these playoffs offensively.
Mm-hmm.
And before we get to the film, we got to talk about the fact that there was so much talk during the regular season. Bryan, you and I were on this. We were on this.
Even in March. It was like late during the season, too.
Late in the season, March.
Mm-hmm.
There was different factions of the Knicks fan base. Some saying Cat needs to be more aggressive. And
not even just fan base. I would say media, too. Like,
that's
it's
fair.
a lot of just, like, objective media or just big-time media. Like, all different. Just Cat needs more involvement in the offense, but Cat needs more shots. That's normally what it would come back to. Cat needs more shots. We did an entire segments talking about this, where it's like, look, I hear you on the involvement. The shot attempts don't matter that much. We pulled up all the numbers. It's like Cat shooting more doesn't necessarily equate to more wins. Mm-hmm. Cat usage can, and we had asked for, hey, is he going to be used like Domantas Sabonis? Is he going to be used in the pinch post more? Is he going to be used in the high post more? And trying to find cutters and use his playmaking a little bit. Well, when you lead the league in offensive fouls during the regular season, maybe Mike Brown doesn't want to pull that card, or maybe he's just waiting until the time is right.
Or just didn't trust you.
You. But he trusts him now. Cat's made use of those opportunities. And we've talked about listen, it's not really about the attempts, the shot attempts. It's about being efficient with these touches. And Cat during these playoffs, maybe the best playoffs he's ever had from a two-way perspective, because he's been good defensively too.
He has.
But he is making use of these touches, and that's a big part of why this team looks a lot better now than they have basically all season.
Yeah, and I love what you said there. Making use of the touches, right? It's about what you do with the touches. I think just people think aggressive, and I used that word before, is a word that gets thrown around a lot.
Yeah.
Because aggressive is just like, yo, you get the ball, you attack the basket. It's like, no. And we're going to look at this very specifically. There are multiple ways to be aggressive with the basketball in your hand that does not involve in you putting the ball in the basket. And I think that has to be noted a lot in terms of what you can do with your touches. And we've seen that from Karl-Anthony Towns throughout this playoffs. Now, we're going to look at the film, and what we're going to do is we're going to look at three sections of what's worked for Karl-Anthony Towns this far in the playoffs. Number one, it's his passing ability that opens up scoring for cutters and shooters, okay? The second thing we're going to look at is Cat, the options that he has and what he does when he is in a triple threat position, most of the time out of flex action or in the pinch post. Mm-hmm. And then the third thing we're going to look at, because so many people talked about this with Cat, was, and Mike Brown, to be fair, talked about this point too. He wanted Jalen Brunson to play off ball, and that would activate him more and keep him fresher later in games. Well, Cat playing the way he has through these playoffs has activated Jalen Brunson off the ball. And we've noticed this really since Game 4 of the Hawks series, okay? Once they committed to this, the way they're playing offensively, you've seen Brunson look fresher. I haven't heard one person talk about Brunson dominating the ball since Game 4 of the Hawks series. There have been times we haven't liked some possessions from him, But you're not hearing it
which
anymore.
we've talked about.
We're not hearing it anymore from fans and media. You're not hearing it anymore because Brunson's actually being more activated off the ball. You were seeing
even though he's still taking the most shots.
Yeah, but it's the quality of the shots.
Quality of shots is better, more so in the flow of the offense. And if you've been watching games, you know that. Like, that's a big thing. And we were saying, and this is why we talked about what we talked about in terms of how the Hawks were going to guard him and how the Hawks did guard him. And part of how the Hawks got back in that game in game 2 was Brunson ISO, and just nobody else really doing anything and basically playing into the Hawks' hands, and they were able to take advantage of that. And then with their back against the wall, Mike Brown pulls out this card, and it's like, all right, Cat, we're going to run it through you. Brunson, you're going to be off ball. And then what does that allow him to do? Take over games late. When you need buckets in the fourth quarter, he can go get you buckets in the fourth quarter. So everything is just flowing now a lot better because of these changes that we've talked about them potentially making, and now we're seeing the results of that.
All right, so let's get right into it. Let's look at it. First thing I want to look at is Cat and how his passing ability has opened up scoring for cutters and shooters. Now, you saw a lot of this with cutters, particularly in the Atlanta series, and how the Knicks just spammed this flex action on either side of the court, and Cat just operating as a hub from the pinch post. And it was just absolutely amazing what we saw Cat able to do here in the Atlanta series, and then continuing on, right, onto the series against the Sixers. So let's look at the first video here. We're going to take a good look at it here, and you see this is from the Hawks series, all right, and the Knicks. You see where Cat is extended here. And what I want people to watch here is this is what we're talking about, Bryan, when we talk about how you can be aggressive even if you don't score the ball, right? And what I mean by this, I want people to watch what the defense does reacting to Cat, because this is a defense that now has seen this a little bit. They've seen some things. They've seen Cat beat them with the pass. So now the defense is going to react differently. In that mode, Cat still has to be aggressive. Doesn't mean he has to put the ball on the floor if he gets doubled. So let's watch what happens here. Stop it right here.
There's a double.
There's a double. Now,
bobbled the pass.
People want to use the word aggression. You want Cat dribbling the ball here with what we've seen from him earlier this season, committing offensive fouls? No, you want him to be smart with his aggression.
And patient, if he can be.
Right. You already got the defenses collapsed to you. You now know Cat keeps the ball high.
Yep, was going to say that. Yep.
Cat keeps the ball high. You now have two guys trapping. This is an aggressive trap by Dyson Daniels and Echo Kongu. Cat's looking. Here's what Cat does right here. Watch his eyes. He's looking at Jose Alvarado, who does what he's supposed to do and pops back out to the three-point line, right?
And because of that, OG is also in his line of sight.
Yep.
And this is you have a 2-on-1 here, but you also have a 2-on-1 here in your advantage.
Yep.
So if you make the right moves, you can get something here. Now let's watch what happens. There you go. Jose pops back out.
Exactly what he's supposed to do.
Yep. Dyson Daniels is in retreat mode because he sees, OG's doing what I would do here on offense. I would just cut to the basket. Jalen Johnson has to account for two bodies here. Nikhil is over here with Mikal Bridges. And now it's too late for basically everybody. All OG has to do is finish this. Easier said than done, but he does it.
Easy finish.
Easy.
That looks easy, but it's because Cat, you know what the aggression by Cat was there? The look off. It's almost like a quarterback looking off. But he looked at Alvarado. When he gets the ball, protects it, looks Alvarado, and like you said, he's in that line of sight. OG does the right thing, and that works. Now, part of being aggressive that I want to notice, and we're going to see this in a lot of these plays, it's not just about Cat being aggressive with the pass. Everybody else has to do their jobs. You see Jose Alvarado, he did his job coming out the three-point line. OG did his job cutting, as you astutely pointed out. And Cat had his eye in the line of sight of both players, so he's able to make the pass. It was too late. Everybody has to actually be aggressive for the offense to work well. Everybody also has to trust the pass. You see, trust the shooter?
Right.
You got to trust the passer too.
The trust is important because you see the chemistry there. Like, these are reads that you weren't seeing that often during the regular season. Cat's is also in a great rhythm, and you know he has the ability. That's why he's pissed so many people off during his career with the inconsistency. But when he's on like this, like you see, oh, this is why he was drafted number 1 overall 11 years ago, because you can see a lot of these different ways that he can be utilized. And even coming out of college, he had a lot of tools. It was just and to be fair to him, he also went to Minnesota. Minnesota at the time wasn't the Minnesota of now. So different developmental curve. Okay, next play. Now we're in the Sixers series, Dex.
Yeah, we got to mix it up for you. No, we're going to show you all Hawks. Now we're in the Sixers series here. And these are 2 plays in a row we're going to watch. And what I want people to watch is, as we said, this segment we're talking about is passing ability, how it opens it up for cutters and shooters. The last play, we saw a cutter in this one, right? In that play. Now we're going to look at what we can do. And one of the things I think fans have to keep an eye on and the work that is done off the ball, because it's about you're trusting Cat to make these right reads, but you also have to look at the work that is being done off the ball that frees people up. We just saw it with Jose Alvarado. His movement helped OG Anunoby, right? These are guys who are active, that trust the process, that trust the way this is going to go, and you have to see it. Now, here's something, because all these things intertwine, and players, the defense on the other side, they start seeing these actions over and over again.
Yeah.
They're trying to react. Their coaching staff is trying to make adjustments. So now it's all about what are the little wrinkles you could put into it. This is another play we're going to watch that are going to involve the primary same 3 people in this play. It is going to be Jose Alvarado, it is going to be OG Anunoby, and it's going to be Karl-Anthony Towns with the ball. Now, different little bit of location for Towns. He's further out, as he was more in this series.
Basically at the logo.
Than he was in the Atlanta series. Atlanta series, he was more a little bit free throw line extended and around the top of the key. Here, he's more out. Andre Drummond is on him. We know the Sixers also play a lot of drop. Not the same thing. He doesn't have the size disparity, Bryan, that he had in the Atlanta series to just look over and make passes.
Correct.
So the passes are or can be a little bit harder. But let's watch what Cat does in this play here. Now you're looking at that, and Bryan, I'm gonna let you cook on this. You're looking at this and saying, Speedy Jose Alvarado did his non-defense GTA stuff and just slipped past and got the thing. But it's like, no, this is awareness.
Yeah.
This is awareness. This is timing. This is precision on this play. So, Bryan, cook on this one, because there's some good stuff going on there on the right side of the floor.
Jose is already telling OG. Like, they're already communicating here. VJ is watching this happen. Now, VJ is already one of the best athletes in the NBA. So you have to account for him, obviously. And Paul George is here. These are not 2 bad defenders that you're taking advantage of, by the way. Not 2 bad defenders at all. So here we go. There's Jose.
And you see VJ look back at the ball there before this. So he's trying to do the thing of see your ball, see your man.
Yep.
But he looks back
you see
at
that
the
little
ball.
peek?
So like a little peek back.
He has his hand on Jose. Good screen by OG.
Yeah, and VJ.
Like a really good screen by OG.
But that's the key, Bryan. VJ ain't got nothing for that.
And this is where Paul George has to switch because it's going so fast. Paul George does not. He is just not. He's doing what, Dex?
Lunching, sleeping, ball watching, whatever you want to say.
He ain't seeing both.
He's not seeing
ball
both.
and the
the
man.
No, he's seeing ball, and then he sees the ball past him.
And Kelly Oubre here. So if Paul George is going to just stay here and try to cut this pass off, and he's trusting his size, he's trusting his length, okay, he's like, Jose's not going to get this ball. Kelly Oubre can help. If this pass does come, you have a chance of stealing it. You have a chance.
If you're not moving the other way.
If you hit Jose here and Kelly Oubre recovers in time, maybe you hit Mikal Bridges, who would probably just slide over to the corner. Like, you probably just, like, maybe you can get a 3-point shot out of it. But none of that happens.
Why? But why, though? But why? Here's why. I want to get to the why of that. None of that happens because Mikal Bridges keeps moving.
Yes.
Mikal Bridges keeps
because
moving.
Look at what Mikal's doing.
Yep.
Mikal, he's not going to the corner because if he goes to the corner, Kelly Oubre actually is going to be able to cut
Easier
this
from,
off.
yep.
Yeah. So he's like, I'm going to bring you to deuce. I'm going to bring you up here to the wing. And because this was a great screen by OG, like, can't say enough about the screen. And Paul George is just trying to cut this pass off. Paul George really kind of just should have switched here. And you have nothing here at this point. Even though, like, if Kelly Oubre takes another drop, maybe Mikal, like, Philly.
But he was just he was ball watching there.
He was ball watching. Paul George also, Couldn't get a hand on this ball. Didn't really commit like that. You're leaving VJ out to dry, honestly. VJ's just late.
Right.
All you got to do is hit this reverse layup. And this is, to me, this is taking advantage of a just miscommunication by the Sixers, which is what you have to do over the course of a game. And also another great pass from Karl-Anthony Towns, who, hits him perfectly in stride. This is a dart. We'll just show it full speed. Boom. Damn near an alley-oop.
But it's important it went to the other side of the basket where you can use the basket as protection and go up for that reverse layup. So even if it was challenged, you might get fouled on that one.
VJ has less time to recover.
Less time to recover. So it's a perfect pass here again. Now, this play we're going to look at. And again, it should be noted on that last play. OG Anunoby screen, vitally important. Mikal Bridges' continued movement in bringing Kelly Oubre towards Deuce McBride and the action at the top of the arc, also important. Now, this one, you're going to look at this play and say, this looks pretty similar. Kind of does when you look at a lot of the spacing, the way we're starting here. OG is going to the corner here, right? You've got Alvarado. You can't see him right now, but he's kind of behind CJ McCollum here. And Onyeka Okongwu is on Cat. Cat's a little bit more over to the right side of the court where he is this time.
Yep.
So do the Knicks have a wrinkle for this? In what we just saw, is there something they can do that's different? Is there a variation that can work for them? Yeah, they do have something, right?
Speaking of screens, they now, to be fair, they like using Jose as a screener too.
But this is that's very
different. Look at how. Go ahead.
No. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Yeah.
We also have to note at where this is in the series. This is Game 5. Okay. This is Game 5 of the first round series. After they won Game 4, and they spammed the hell out of them with this flex action, and OG burnt them for back cut drives time and time again. Yeah. So the Hawks are now hyper aware of this.
Brunson screening, and in this case, they try to use Alvarado as basically the Brunson screener so that OG Anunoby can just go backdoor and dunk after dunk after dunk, which is what was happening in Game 4.
So nothing's in a vacuum, right? The Knicks,
it's a process.
This is process. The Hawks have watched this from Game 4. They are trying to make their adjustments, and they're telling themselves, I'm sure it was told by Quinn Snyder and company, man, you can't watch this. You can't let OG beat you backdoor. So what you see on this play, it's almost the reverse of the other play. Alvarado's screening for OG. And the last play, we just saw OG screen for Alvarado. This is the reverse. And Jalen Johnson and CJ McCollum, it's so in their mind what happened in Game 4. They're like, we can't let him beat us backdoor. And they don't. But what happens? Alvarado moves back out to the three-point line. The Knicks anticipated the wrinkle defensively. The counter.
And this is why the counter to the counter matters.
Yes, they had the counter to the counter. This is literally it. This is the counter to the counter. But again, none of this works, B, if you don't trust the passer.
Yeah.
And you don't trust all the other action that's going on. This is good coaching. This is good coaching that matters a lot, what people sometimes see or don't see. You did something and you killed them with it in Game 4.
Right.
And now you're like, we're going to show them the same thing, but we're going to just add a little bit of difference to it. We put a little sazon on it.
Right.
We're going to make it we're going to make it a little bit different here. And this is what you get. It's great. Now, again, Jose's got to hit the shot. Cat's got to read right and make the pass.
It's the perfect read. Look, you're not starting off in the first quarter of a football game with a double move. You have to establish something else in order to get to that. You know what I mean?
That's a good analogy. I like that.
That's really what it is. So because of all those backdoor cuts from Game 4, I'm glad you brought this up because look at how CJ already knows what to do here. He's like, all right, OG's gonna cut. It's Jalen Johnson who's like, oh, I'm also gonna commit here. There's the miscommunication because they're so paranoid, and then Jose could just pop out. He has a wide open three. CJ's trying to recover. In the NBA and really at any level of basketball, this is too late. But in the NBA, this is way too late.
Way too late.
Way too late.
Too much room.
And Jose knocks us down.
Jose knocks it down. Is right in rhythm. It's just it's great read and great trust by everybody. Now, the next play we're going to look at, this is Game 6. This is before it got ugly. Or maybe this was the start of it getting ugly, if you really think about it. And this is where the Knicks are in complete confidence and complete control of what they're doing and how they want to do it offensively. Okay? This is the first time we're going to see a play we're showing you today that does not involve Cat and Alvarado and OG.
Yeah.
Okay? This is not the case. This
Needless to
is
say, he has chemistry with those guys.
He's got some chemistry here. But Cat can have the chemistry with other people, and this is going to be one where Cat can activate for shooters and really a cutter here, but it's really about the ball movement.
Mm-hmm.
We've had a lot of talk about Mikal Bridges and what he can and can't do, and I want you – this is really a two-man action here. Please watch Mikal Bridges and Cat on this.
Immediately, that's the first thing you should gravitate to if you're watching this because of the screen over here.
Mm-hmm.
The Knicks have good screeners, and I like that. I like that Mike Brown is using that more often. Not that he wasn't all season, but like you're seeing it in more interesting ways, and you're seeing what it opens up for them. Like these guys can screen. Man.
Good screeners. I will add to that, Brian. You're right. Also, very willing cutters.
Very willing cutters.
And maybe nobody better at this on this team when fully engaged than Mikal Bridges.
Mikal, yeah. It's him or OG, basically.
Yeah, and Mikal, Wingstop's excellent cutters. Josh Hart's a really good cutter. Josh Hart's actually somebody who recognizes immediately when a cut. Jose Alvarado's good moving without the ball.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes your role players have to do those things, right, to really activate your stars.
And to make money.
Yeah.
Honestly, to make money to stay in the league. Like, you need to do those things.
You need to do these things. This is a good screen here from Mikal Bridges. Now, if this works, there's a world in which Cat could take this to the basket, but that's shut off. Because
there's a double.
And we'll get to this next about Cat as a triple threat. We'll get to this next where he's a threat to drive. But this is where you got to credit Cat. I'm glad we stopped it right here. He recognizes the double.
Mm-hmm.
We've seen old school Cat try to barrel it in on two people.
He would have tried the offensive foul on Nickeil Alexander-Walker was right there. You know what I mean? Like just lower the shoulder, and then he's befuddled at like, oh, what? Like I didn't foul him, whatever. But he's patient here. He's patient. He's under control.
Yep.
Mo Gay and Nickeil Alexander-Walker have this double. Mikal, smartly, he's going to pop out here. There's the pass. He gets it off of him. Good matchup for Mikal. Doesn't do anything with it. Gives it back up. Now watch Cat. Because Cat has a mismatch now.
Yep.
But so does Mikal from a speed advantage. Because Mo Gay, he's athletic, not as quick as Mikal Bridges.
No, and here's the thing. I thought initially when I watched this play, I remember being like, Mikal Bridges gave up his dribble too early. But no.
Give and go.
He recognized the speed advantage immediately. It's great recognition. Now, here's the only thing you're wondering here if you were watching this live. Is Mikal Bridges going to go all the way to the basket, or is he going to fade away? This is your only thing. Oh, no, he goes all the way to the basket.
Shot clock. He had to. In fairness. So we should mention, all of this going on given – you don't have much time on the shot clock. Like actually,
he gets the ball with 6 seconds on
right.
The
shot clock. Play is developing, and look at everything you can do in basically 5-6 seconds. A whole give and go, like.
But it's trust. It's a quick reaction.
Everyone's just like boom, boom, boom. You're decisive. It's quick. The spacing is good on this play. Also, even with that little bit of time left, because typically you don't want to have too many shots late in the shot clock here. And Mikal just bails out of this, and it doesn't kill them. Because look at where Brunson is, look at where Hart is, look at where OG is. So he can cut to the basket.
Yeah.
And so that Karl-Anthony Towns has enough space to find him, like, very quickly. He could just put up this shot if he wanted to just beat the shot clock. But Mikal smartly just cuts, catches Mo Gay slipping. And then who's the help defender here? Gabe Vincent. You better lay this up if you're Mikal Bridges.
Yeah. Gabe Vincent has no chance and has an easy
Who's a good perimeter defender. Gabe Vincent's a good perimeter defender. But if you're at the rim against him and you're 6'7" and he's 6'2", 3", then yes, you should finish that above Gabe Vincent.
Yeah, and you got it there. So these are ways you saw Cat impact cutters and shooters with his passing, and he's been so good at this in the playoffs. You've seen those assist numbers go up, right? So we just showed you a whole bunch of stuff, how Cat was impactful offensively without taking a shot.
Yeah.
Without taking a shot, okay?
Yeah.
You didn't see him take a shot at all. Now, this is where we get to triple threat stuff. When he's in the position as you see you are now, what's the triple threat is when you're holding the ball and you have the option to dribble, put it on the floor, you can pass, or you can shoot. You're in a position now. Cat is in a triple threat position, and he is damn near half court. Right? He's not doing much here, but he could put it on the floor, right?
16 seconds on the clock. They just got the ball over.
Mm-hmm. Now, Cat is known to be out of control. You got some action going on the right side of the floor with Jalen Brunson coming off of a Deuce McBride screen here. So let's watch what Cat does and how they're able to bring other players into the action. So
here's Deuce. Boom. Good screen on Paul George. like good guard screen on Paul George. Now Maxey, because Maxey was on Deuce, this puts him in a tough position because that's a great screen. Now Maxey's like, well, I have to switch. I'm not going to stay in front of Cat because he's a lot stronger than me, so I'm just going to reach. Nothing you can do here. And then this is one of my favorite passes that he's made in the playoffs. It's a very simple thing.
Hands down.
This is a very simple thing.
Hands down.
But maybe it's because I just love big-to-big passing. You know?
You know what I love? Control. That's what because there's times where we've seen this too. We've seen right here. You've seen this moment where it's like, this could
might pick the knee up.
Yeah, it could be offensive foul. The Knicks, remember, this is game 4. Knicks up 3-0 in the series.
Yeah.
Could be offensive foul. And you're like, he could be out of control.
Yeah.
But no, this wasn't the case. Remember, this is Cat dribbling the ball from damn near half court and doing this. And the lefty pass.
Yeah. We'll show it full speed after this.
Oh,
but
man.
Honestly, and you want to talk about teamwork, the screen by Deuce here, because you talked about Brunson sort of screening for him early. And then over here.
Brunson tells him to go.
Yes, he tells him, yes. And he just kills Paul George with the screen here. Because Paul George is who they want on Karl-Anthony Towns on this play and wanted him for a bunch of the series. Mikhail's properly spaced here with Kelly Oubre. Brunson's like, I'm going to get out of the way because I know what's about to happen. And now, because Maxey just reaches here, Embiid's in a tough spot, and they were abusing Embiid all series. There's no other way to put it.
This was more abuse right here.
So Mitchell Robinson's like, cool, I'm in the dunker spot. I know what to do.
Dunk it!
He wanted an alley-oop.
Yeah, but it was the right play because by Cat taking an extra dribble and
take what you can get, Mitch. Let's not go a little too crazy here. Because look, Mitch is like, yo, give me the alley.
Yeah, and also Embiid has to respect it right here that Cat could go up with a floater. He's going to do all stuff.
Oh, well, Cat could just flat out dunk on him here because Embiid can't jump like that.
No.
You know?
Although Embiid didn't.
But Cat's like, you know what? I'm going to be Arvydas Sabonis.
He took one more dribble, sucked Embiid in, and dropped it off with the left hand. Yeah. It's a beautiful pass, and that's Cat being able to kill you again with the pass out of a triple threat.
Hasn't taken a shot. We haven't seen a Cat shot yet.
I haven't seen him take a shot. Look at Stephon Marbury in the back right there. There you go. Look at all those Philadelphia Sixers fans looking angry.
This is game 4, by the way, so there weren't that many Sixers fans. You see some there.
Last time you saw the Knicks, and the offense is humming. So
look at the double big truthers. Big possession for you guys here.
Big possession for you there. Now we're gonna get to this one here, and this is back in the Hawks series. So you're seeing that action in the pinch post, the flex action, and there's so many things the Knicks can do out of it that activates other people, but Cat can get active himself. And part of Cat's recognition and awareness is recognizing when he's got guys smaller on him.
Yes.
And actually attacking them without flailing the arms and being out of control.
Sometimes without shooting.
This play is all about that, but what I want to say, as much as passing is sometimes about decisiveness and what happens off the ball, so is when you decide to shoot and score. You got to be decisive. That's the thing with Cat. You're going to see in all these good plays with Cat, he is decisive. Here is this. He gets the ball here in the pinch post from Brunson. He's a little bit extended outside the three-point line. Brunson is now in here. Is Brunson going to screen? Is he going to cut through? He decides to cut through. And Cat's like, oh, Jonathan Kuminga? You got nothing for me.
Yeah.
Uses his size, spins off him, and a finish and the foul. Right? That was – it looked easy. Was it easy? No. Because Kuminga's trying to – force himself on him. He's trying to make him work.
Yeah, and Kuminga's not a small dude. Like he's not Cat strong, but he's damn near OG's size. Just OG's probably got 10, 15 pounds on him. Yeah. But it's not too far off.
No, but Cat's here under control. Great use of the body.
Jalen almost gets him here, but he's strong with the ball. Cat is. Strong with the ball also.
Spins and is able to finish. And he knows it. He knows nobody can touch him. Again, Cat got the ball. It didn't take long. Yeah. 1 dribble, 2 dribbles, spin, layup on a much smaller defender. Decisive play by Karl-Anthony Towns is exactly what you want from him, and it shows you the triple threat option could be. Okay, now this play, all right? This is game 1 against Philly. So Philly ain't seen much yet, right? But they've watched some tape. They're coming off their series against Boston. And why I thought this play was notable, and I chose it, Bryan, the Knicks were able to kill Joel Embiid and the Sixers. Joel Embiid doesn't want to play up. This is all, again, about
He
recognition.
wants to drop. Yep.
And this is what you call a little bit of variation. It's not exactly the Brunson Cat pick and roll, but the threat of Brunson, we'll get to this in a second about Brunson being activated, but the threat of Cat looking for Brunson scares Philadelphia and scares Joel Embiid, right? So they're going to be worried about that. And they've gotten beat on some seed. Look at that. Joel Embiid had to slightly move over. Embiid is now, Edgecombe gets caught. He gets around Embiid to try to recover, right? That threat of it, the threat of Brunson being willing to go backdoor, scares him, freezes Embiid for a little bit, there's space, and Cat says, okay, you gave me too much space. We know you can't jump.
Yeah. And we know you don't want to play at the level because if he does,
I'll put it on the floor and go past you.
Right. Once Brunson finishes his cut, he can just do what he did to Jonathan Kuminga in the last play, except he'll use more of his speed, probably less of his physicality there. You'll be a little bit more finesse, but he just takes advantage of that. And Embiid's not even like all the way into the paint, but this is more than enough space for, one of the best shooting bigs ever, basically.
Yeah, it's enough space. Cat is decisive. Confidently takes the shot. The Knicks know exactly what they got out of it. They got the little bit of space they needed, and they're executing on it at a high level. And this is with Cat not even taking a dribble.
Right.
Okay? He didn't take a dribble on this play.
Right. Early in the shot clock, too, but just right at them.
It's a great shot for him because, again, he's decisive, and there's so much you can do with Cat when he does take shots or he doesn't take shots.
And it's good off-ball movement by Brunson, too.
Yeah.
Like Brunson, when he's cutting, because he attracts so much attention, he can give guys so much space when he's just moving without the ball, especially if he's going through the lane and then popping out. And Cat is able to, okay, now I have the center of the lane because Brunson commanded so much attention going downhill. Or, frankly, Mikal can cut. OG, you just have so many options here. Mikal was going to cut backdoor if Karl-Anthony Towns didn't take that shot, especially with Tyrese Maxey on him. Yeah. So, you just have so many options when these guys are decisive and when they're getting into their offense early in the shot clock. Yeah. Because if they wait too long, that's where you get into trouble sometimes, save for that one play where we saw the give and go lead to Mikal Bridges' bucket.
Right, and that was late, but that's still great late shot clock. But I'm glad you bring up the shot clock because early in the shot clock matters here. And this play we're going to look at right here, 19 on the shot clock for the Knicks in this one, right? And the Knicks here execute something as they're coming. They get a ball up the floor, but they are looking for Karl-Anthony Towns. And one of the things we think when Karl-Anthony Towns is trailing on the floor, and this is in game 2 of the series against Philadelphia, you're usually thinking about him pulling up for the 3. And that was there for him in this series against the Sixers. But watch what Cat does here. OG's got the ball at the bottom of the screen. Watch what Cat does here as he's coming up the court and gets the ball. Look how quick he's decisive.
Yeah, he knows already I want to attack. He's
like Andre Drummond.
Drummond in space. Like Andre Drummond is not not that he was ever like an amazing defender. I know
he's not even what he used to be.
Statistically, he would be a good defender because a lot of bigs, the metrics can kind of be cooked for the centers to favor them, and also he got a lot of stocks, which doesn't necessarily equate to amazing defense. Neither here nor there. He knows Andre Drummond in space. Okay, we're going right at him. The decisive, again, little clunky, but the fact that he opts for the floater there, I think tells you a lot. Because if he tries to get all the way to the basket, that's where you can get into trouble because Kelly Oubre actually has the room to be here, to get into the lane, potentially even draw a charge if he wanted to. Not sure how much he's going to be doing that. You have Brunson out here in the corner. Mikal Bridges is also flashing to Brunson's area so Paul George can just sit in the paint temporarily because you're not going to get a defensive 3 seconds here. But Karl-Anthony Towns is like, cool, I can just get to this floater here. And now, because Andre Drummond was backpedaling, he's not going to block this shot. You know what I mean?
He's not in a position to get off the floor.
Right, exactly. So it's like I'm quicker than you here. I'm quicker than you. I know what I'm going to do. I'm very much in control of this. Knicks needed this basket, too, because Philly got off to a good start, which we expected in Game 2. No Joel Embiid. Good bucket here. Just immediately gets the ball. We'll watch it full speed one more time. Because
I love this play because it's Cat in motion and decisive.
Yeah.
It's very quick.
Good recognition of, I have Andre Drummond in space. I can attack him. I'm quicker than him. I'm better than him, frankly. And he gets to a good shot. That's a high-quality look. Even though it's not at the rim, that's a very good quality look in the paint.
So that's 4 plays we saw where Cat gets the ball generally all at the top of the key or key extended left to right.
Yeah.
And he gets the ball. 3 of these plays, he puts the ball on the floor. First play led to a pass. Second play led to an and one. Third play, he doesn't even put the ball on the floor and gets a shot to go. And this one, on the move, he's able to put the ball on the floor, and then he is able to score. So you see how efficient this guy can be in a triple threat position in the offense. Now, the last thing we're going to look at here today, and we talked about it, so much talk about Brunson, the quality shots he gets. When Karl-Anthony Towns is playing the way he is, the quality shots that Jalen Brunson has gotten in his playoffs has increased. Remember we were worried about Jalen Brunson in games 2 and games 3 against the Hawks? Well, again, all that went away because the quality of shots he's getting, as you mentioned, he's still leading the team in shots.
Yeah.
He's still taking a lot of shots.
Shot quality is a lot better now.
So much better.
Yeah.
Right? It's just so much better. And so the Knicks, despite wearing these black uniforms in Game 5 at home, which I do not like, they were still humming with the offense. So you see again, and it's so different in both series. You see Cat is more around the top of the key and not outside the three-point arc in the series against the Hawks. He's more outside the three-point line in the series against the Sixers. But he's got the ball here again. Now keep your eye on him. Keep your eye on Jalen Brunson in this one.
And remember, this is coming off a stretch where Brunson shot after the first quarter of Game 1. So second quarter from Game 1 all the way through the end of Game 4, 37% from the field. And even if you include that first quarter where he just bugged out, he's in like the low 40s. So he did not shoot the ball well for the first 4 games of what became a 6-game series. And the shot quality, to your point, improved. The shots started falling a little bit more. Okay. Wow, who would have thought?
Who would have thought?
So, here we go. Dyson Daniels guarding him. Cat uses his body smartly now. Sometimes he can get overzealous with that, but it's the
Could have
right.
been a dribble handoff, decided not to.
It's the right amount of contact. Well, Dyson Daniels was all over it. So hard to put a dribble handoff here. He puts his body on him, and now look at how much more space Jalen Brunson gets. First of all, before he even gets the pass, because here Dyson Daniels is basically with him. Now, this is all day. Beautiful bounce pass. Again, when you have Gabe Vincent as the last line of defense, again, very good perimeter defender. But if you have him as the last line of defense and he's here with Josh Hart, then cool, go attack the basket because CJ McCollum is there too. Jalen, if you want, you could toss this out to Deuce McBride, but you don't really need to do that because you can go up and attack CJ McCollum just like he was attacking you early in that series, and you could attack if Gabe Vincent is in the area. It's a great pass by Cat. It's a great pass, and also just using his body just to create that sliver of contact, the game within the game, right here. Boom, bounce pass, touchdown. Simple.
Yeah. Easy peasy, breezy. Easy. I mean, you love this. This is a beautiful pass, great read from Cat, but it's all in the action, and Jalen Brunson can get shots like this. Think about it. Jalen Brunson is just more efficient, much more efficient, offensively, if he's getting about 4 of these shots a game, kind of. And this is a variation of what we'll see. 5 of these shots a game where he doesn't have to dribble, where he doesn't have to work as hard. It makes him way more efficient and fresher for if you are in a close game and he does have to have the ball in his hands and do that. This is what Mike Brown envisioned.
Also credits to Josh Hart here, who at the very beginning of the play, he's cutting because Josh Hart is going to cut. He does it really, really well.
And Gabe Vincent's worried about that backdoor pass.
And he should be. And because he's cutting to the basket, he's like, cool, I could hang out near the dunker spot with Gabe Vincent on me so Jalen Brunson can finish this. Or if he wants, dump it off. If Gabe Vincent overcommits here.
Yeah, you can dump it off. Josh Hart, easy score.
Like you're giving yourself a ton of options when you execute, when you just play good team basketball. You give yourself a ton of options on all these plays. You see the final result there. But there's a million other things. Not a million. Okay. There's several other things you can do if Gabe Vincent were to rotate over. If, he were to see a double. If CJ McCollum were to drop, earlier. And then Deuce McBride is left wide open. Like, there's a lot that you can do with these options. So if you keep running these plays and keep executing, the defense is going to be caught off balance and you can get easy bucket after easy bucket if you execute.
Yeah. Now, the next play we're going to look at is one where, we've seen Cat. We saw it in the previous play when we talked about Cat in triple threat position, and this kind of could have a bit of an overlap here, but Cat can put the ball on the floor and then create for others. We saw that nice pass to Mitchell Robinson, but then he can drive and spray. Mike Brown word. He can drive, hit the paint, and spray. And you're going to see that on this play. It's a beautiful spray. This was in Game 4 of the Knicks series against the Hawks, where they were able to even this up. But this was part of where you really felt like the Knicks offense was getting comfortable. And it was because they got back to spraying. Cat can spray, Hart can drive it and spray, Bridges can do it. The Knicks have a lot of guys that can do what Mike Brown wants. And this is a perfect example of it. Let's let this one play. So you see Josh Hart gets the ball out to Cat. Now, Cat could have took that. And Okongwu closed very nicely. Shut him down. Cat keeps the dribble. This is where you sometimes worry, oh, man, he's going to get out of control. But no, C.J. McCollum overhelped a little bit, forgot about his man. Brunson slid over. Buckets.
That will slow it down. Cat gets the ball at the top of the key. So Josh Hart draws 2. Cat pops out because he loves this spot. He could have taken a shot here. Kind of mishandled the pass a little bit, it looked like. Good closeout by Onyeka Okongwu, who's a good defender, just not very big. You mentioned the helping. CJ, he got caught a little bit there.
Oh, he got caught.
A little flat-footed, you know?
And Brunson, you got credit. Brunson kept moving to this open spot, moved to the corner.
Damn near collided into the referee to do it. I think that's Scott Foster, as a matter of fact. Okay. All the way into the corner. Great pass by Cat. CJ caught slipping, reading and reacting, seeing what the Hawks are doing, taking advantage of the easy pressure points that you can find, and this is too late. He recovered decently, you know, but it's Jalen Brunson at the end of the day.
Yeah. And this is an easy, not easy, but it's a comfortable, reasonably comfortable spot-up corner 3, which you want to try to generate a amount of corner 3s because it is the closest three-point shot, and that gives you the highest value on the court. So there you go. And he gets that there. So this Cat can put the ball on the floor too and open up things for Jalen Brunson, right? And you got to love that from Karl-Anthony Towns. He can put the ball on the floor. We talk about triple threat position, and he can create things for Jalen Brunson. And look, we know how dangerous the Brunson-Cat two-man game can be. And I think people a lot of times think about it in terms of Brunson dribbling, Cat setting the screen, then we decide where the ball goes from there. But give and goes, as we saw before with Cat and Mikal Bridges, absolutely is an option, and you're going to see that here on this play. Now look at the score. It's fourth quarter, 4 minutes and 10 seconds to go. The Sixers are up by 12.
Down 12.
Down 12 in this one, excuse me.
And the Knicks are trying to put them away.
Knicks are trying to
looking
put them
for
away.
the dagger shots.
Looking for this dagger shot. And these are this is a backbreaking play. And the reason plays are backbreaking because everybody is committed to still moving, even if they don't have the ball. So Brunson's bringing it up across half court.
By the way, has to, because you're damn near at the 8-second point.
Gets it over. Gives it up. And Edgecombe, whoop. Hit too hard. Brunson, and you see right there, that made everything on this play. The little hesitation dribble with the left hand, because you're thinking this could be a decent shot for Brunson to walk right into a three. The hezi gets him. Maxey does not commit hard enough to what he wants to do. Do you want to reach? Or are you trying to stop him? Edgecombe's behind. Brunson's off balance. This is a tough shot with the left. Off balance here, but is able to get it up before Paul George can come and gets it off glass. Now, Brunson's so good at being off balance and hitting difficult shots. But this whole play is made by Cat's recognition and his willingness to move. And then right here, because I even thought, he's going to pull up for the three. The hesitation. The hezi was great. The hezi froze everybody. It made Edgecombe have to slow down for a second. It made Maxey have to think about whether he was going to commit. And we always talk about deacceleration is a skill. This is that. Deaccelerates, then right back up to speed, and that shot is up.
Tough shot.
It's a tough shot.
Very tough shot.
But it's a quality shot, and Brunson's hezi made this work. But Cat's recognition to give him the ball really quickly and let him go on the move really activated him. This really activates Brunson. He's getting this to go on the move. It's a tough shot, but it's not one that he had to put a lot of work into to get the shot, is what I'm saying.
It's a chain reaction once VJ tries to just double him for a second. But Embiid's not going to, again,
he can't move.
Yeah, Embiid's not going to meet him at the level. He's like, I'm not going to pressure the ball for what? Now, if Embiid could, he could probably help out here because you drop a little bit And if you trust that you're quick enough to recover, but he's so worried about Cat, because look at Embiid guarding Cat. He's not guarding Cat here.
No, but this is why you run this kind of play.
Right.
Because you know Embiid can't move.
Yeah. And he's so worried about Cat, he can't really help here. By the way, there's a pass to Landry Shamet here that you could make if you want to. You could, but it's fine.
But Brunson, strong with his strong hand, and is able to finish.
With a full head of steam, too.
Yeah, and
that's look at where he started the play.
That's part of the things the Knicks are doing. We saw a play where he got Cat going with a full head of steam. You saw a play where he got Brunson going with a full head of steam. So you've seen them try to get guys in motion and catch the ball and, do very well. Now, we're going to watch this other play here again, this last play that we're going to look at here.
Last one, yeah.
In which Cat gets the ball and gets Brunson going once again. But Brunson, it's option. It's the optionality that the Knicks have in their offense right now is what I love. So Brunson is coming off of a Cat screen. Cat's going to set the screen on Edgecombe here, right? So Brunson is working, gets off and around the screen. This is off an inbounds play. Ball comes to Cat. Keep your eye on Brunson. Pause that right there again.
Yep.
What are the Sixers worried about here? The same thing that the Hawks were worried about in this action.
The cut from OG.
Oh, OG might be this back door. We can't have that happen. Can't have it happen.
And this is game one. This is game one. This is the start of the series.
They've been watching the tape
First quarter.
So they know. They're up on game. They know.
Look. Even Embiid, by the way.
Yeah.
He's like, cool, I'm going to, because he's on Josh Hart.
And he'll leave that. The Sixers want to live with Josh Hart taking that.
Right, exactly. Other teams will put, Jalen Duren or Jared Allen will probably be on Josh Hart some in the Eastern Conference Finals.
They're so worried about OG on this play. This is not dissimilar from the same play that we saw with Alvarado earlier.
Immediately. Paul George is also like just basically holding him, trying not to. They're so paranoid at this. You got 3 guys playing the cut. Cool. Guess what? Optionality, baby.
Yep. Optionality. Now, Edgecombe's trying to recover. He's trying to recover out to the 3-point line.
Yeah.
Brunson's got options. You can pull. You can head fake for flyby. You could try to step in. Let's see what he does. Head fake. But now Edgecombe is all off balance. Paul George and Embiid are worried about a pass going to OG.
Mm-hmm.
So...
And Josh Hart's getting ready
to come in. Really to crash.
Yep.
Brunson goes up effectively, gets some contact, sells a little bit, and gets the foul and one.
Yeah.
But that's money in the bank for Jalen Brunson.
Full speed.
On this.
A little bit of contact. VJ disagrees, of course.
No, but Brunson did an excellent job of taking a guy who's out of position.
Of exaggerating the contact.
He did sell a little bit too. The leg, look at that leg. Look at a little kick out. Look at that. And he gets it out, but he sells it well.
VJ got caught, bro.
He got caught.
And also, I think, and it's like, yes, you have the shot here if you want it. Now, VJ is super quick, so I understand, like, not taking a jumper here. You want to recover. Brunson, obviously, he can drive right as well as left.
Yep.
Lefties love driving to their right side and being able to put up a shot, put up a floater. Like, I think the floater or a short jumper like this would be the ideal move here because of how packed the paint is. But because you have VJB, you can get to this shot. And Kelly Oubre is going to be late on the help. He's dropping a little far. Like, you could even give this back to Cat if you want.
Could.
Like,
you just have it back out, kicked about to Cat. But listen.
But you have a man beat. Take the shot.
And he's right on your hip.
Yeah.
Yeah, you take that shot. It's the right play.
Gets the contact.
But it's really it's just on the other side of the court. That's almost the same exact play we saw with OG because Brunson sets a little bit of screen. Not as good a screen as Alvarado set.
Mm-hmm.
He just does a little bit of a screen. Threw a little bit enough out there to dislodge Paul George to make him worry. It's literally almost the same play that we saw with Alvarado earlier in this film study session, except Brunson flares out but decide not to take the 3 and go inside and still ends up getting 3 anyway on the 3-point play. So this shows you, man, Brunson can really get activated.
By the way, shout out to the fan here who's holding up the little 3 because he thought the shot was going up too.
Well, you got 3. You got 3.
You got 3 the hard way.
You got 3 the hard way.
3 the whole school way.
Not that way. But this is it. That's some of the film that we had for you to look at here in terms of what the Knicks can do and how the offense has been working well with Karl-Anthony Towns. When I think about this, Bryan, before we get out of here, about how Cat has impacted this offense and how they've been able to play with him as the hub of this offense. We know all the assists that he's racked up, averaging over 6.5 per game, all that good stuff. Do you think this style of offensive play that we've seen from the Knicks, out of the remaining two opponents, possible opponents, is it work better against Cleveland, or does this work better against Detroit, or does it not matter? They just got to keep using it against whoever they play.
One, I would say Cleveland because Detroit's just better defensively. I think if you look at all the teams left in the Eastern Conference, the Knicks have the best balance between offense and defense left. The numbers would back that up. What we've seen backs that up. The roster backs that up. If they're healthy, they just have we could argue about who's better defensively at their peak. Obviously, Detroit has a great defense when they're. I mean, we've seen it in the playoffs, even when they're not playing well offensively. Their defense is pretty excellent usually. But the Knicks' offense is a lot better. Like, even if Detroit's defense, even if you want to say Detroit's defense is better, it's not miles better the way that the Knicks are playing right now. But the Knicks' offense is a good deal better. Cleveland, we could have a discussion about offenses because obviously Cleveland has a lot of offensive threats, and they're really good too. They've had James Harden now for a little bit, who helps, and Donovan Mitchell is just a ridiculously talented offensive player. But the Knicks' defense is a lot better. Like, even if the offenses are, let's say, on the same tier when they're firing on all cylinders, if you want to say Cleveland's offense is even better, like, the Knicks just have a much better defense. Cleveland's not a bad defense by any means. And I wouldn't even call Detroit a bad offense. I would say limited. I wouldn't say just flat out bad. Washington would be considered a bad offense. You know what I mean? If you look at some of those teams. And the thing that I'm curious to see when we get to the Eastern Conference Finals is now JB Bickerstaff and or Kenny Atkinson, they will have had data on what the Knicks have been doing. Like, now that we've seen more of the Knicks cards. So what are going to be the adjustments to the adjustments of that? Because we've seen Mike Brown already pull some cards and adjust to how we just saw it there. What was the play that was killing Atlanta during
backdoor cut with OG?
Right, the backdoor cut with OG with Jalen Brunson setting the screen, and then you saw some options out of that where the shooter would then pop out because they would be so worried about the backdoor cut. You're sending 2, sometimes even 3 to the cutter, then you have a wide open shooter there that Cat can find. So the counter set out are going to be more interesting. And with Detroit, they just have more guys that you trust on an island than you did in these previous 2 series. So they'll be tested. Detroit, to me, I've said it before, they're like a mini OKC, like OKC before they got Isaiah Hartenstein and Alex Caruso. I think the Knicks will be favored in either series, and I think they could beat whoever they play in that Eastern Conference Finals, to be clear. But Detroit, I think, gets you more ready for OKC in the finals. So if you want to look at it that way, who's a better test for them, it's definitely Detroit and their defense. I don't think they're going to do what they did to the Knicks in the regular season, but I wouldn't sleep on them.
Well, because I don't think that, I'll say this. I don't think the Knicks are the same team as they are in the regular season. I think they found some things, and that's what makes that matchup, if you see it, so juicy.
Yeah.
To me, the Knicks.
And the Knicks haven't even seen Jalen Duren yet this season.
They haven't, but I also can make the point that Detroit hasn't seen the Knicks like this season.
Yeah.
Now, you said that you're very intrigued in seeing whether it's J.B. Bickerstaff or Kenny Atkinson, what changes they make based on the film they've now seen on the Knicks. They've got 10 games. Mm-hmm. Really, you should take it down to 7 if you really count through the 7-game winning streak, if you kind of look from Game 4 of the Atlanta Hawks series onwards, right?
Yeah.
But for me, it's also like now the Knicks and Coach Brown has been sitting back and has been able to be like, okay, is he going to anticipate some of the counters, and what wrinkles does he have for that, or new things that he can install into his offense with the time? That's the benefit the Knicks have in this time, not just rest.
Right.
There's new things that they can install. They're getting more data on these teams as they are playing with less time to rest for them in their series. So there's an edge for that, and Mike Brown should be saluted for the coaching he's done so far. Here, I just want to see, okay, what's that next level?
Right.
What's that next level of coaching here? And then what's the next level of execution for the players? Because we could talk about the coaching and the wrinkles and all this stuff, but we just saw players, and with this film study we did, execute at a very high level. Mm-hmm. That's what it's going to take to get to the NBA Finals. That's what's going to have to continue. I agree with you. It's not going to be a walk in the park, and both of these
if it is, then we're going to have some interesting conversations. If they dominated the Eastern Conference Finals.
Man. If they like sweep again, I'm not saying that the brooms aren't in here, but if they do, we're going to have some interesting conversations.
Yeah.
But it's going to be
I'd be worried. I'd be like, yo, wait, what's actually happening?
I don't worried is the right thing. I'll just be like, hey, they're a lot better than we thought they were, or they've leveled up their level of execution. And so we'll see. We'll see. That's what makes it fun.
A sneaky big thing too is what the NBA does in terms of scheduling. The earliest this series could end is Friday if whoever wins Game 5 wins Game 6. Would the
about Cleveland, Detroit?
Detroit. Would the NBA then turn around and be like, okay, Game 1 Sunday? Because that should be like statistically, that's a win for the well-rested team more often.
I think it's going to be Tuesday.
But I think it'll be Tuesday. And if it is, and if whoever wins Game 5 does win Game 6, we'll know, obviously after we record this, that gives you enough time also to prepare for a Knicks series and to ice up, as Steve Smith would say also. So I'm looking forward to it. I would rather see Knicks Pistons personally because there's already a built-in sort of history there. Knicks try to get their get-back for the regular season. Pistons try to get their get-back for last year in the playoffs. Pistons are this ascending team. The Knicks are just clicking at the right time. Like that just has a lot into it. Whereas the Cavs, I think the Cavs are a good team, but I kind of feel like I have more of a handle on how that'll go, and I think the Knicks will enjoy that one a little bit more.
Yeah, you heard it from Bryan. I'm not making any predictions yet, but enjoy that a little more. Is a very interesting way of putting it. All right, that's going to do it for this edition.
OG
of
has
New
to
York
be
Got
healthy
Game.
though. And we've seen him, like, he's trending in the right direction. We're expecting him to play.
He did not participate in the full portion of practice. I know when we recorded this on Wednesday, but he did do some shooting drills and stuff after.
Can't wait for the
He wasn't in the scrimmage portion of practice, I should say. That was the exact reporting. He wasn't in the scrimmage portion. But we will see who the Knicks play. Still got to play the waiting game. Still have to see how all that goes down. Hope you enjoyed this film breakdown. Please let us know in the comments what you think of the plays the Knicks have been running, how they've been executing it. Do you like the offense being run through Cat? Do you like how it's activated Brunson? Do you like how it's activated other players?
Yes.
Let us know what you think. We will have more content coming your way. Definitely a series preview for the Eastern Conference Finals coming soon. I'm sure that will be a live show.
Whenever we know who
we will let you
play.
know. As soon as we know, and more content is coming their way. You can check out the interview I did earlier this week with Kazim Famuide talking about the Knicks and the good vibes around them right now, including his new book, New York Knicks, Heart of the City, done with Slam. So you can check that out as well, too. That's going to do it for this edition of New York Got Game. Here's Bryan Fonseca. I'm Dexter Henry. We'll catch you next time on New York Got Game.
And thanks for watching New York Got Game. Boom shakalaka.